Well, unless you've been living in a cave for the past couple of years, you can't fail to have missed Ken Block's Ultimate Hoonigan. But until recently, the only RC replica was the HPI Racing Ford Mustang Hoonicorn, but that's sadly discontinued. But then recently, ZD Racing came up with the EX07 117th four-wheel drive electric car, looking very similar to the Hoonicorn, but at $66699, slightly more expensive than most of us can afford. However, in today's video, I found something a little bit more affordable, which is the HBX2188A 118 scale drift car. 118 scale four-wheel drive drift car goes for a smidgen under $74. So let's get it unboxed and see how it handles. Well, is the HBX Hoonicorn replica going to be any good? Well, it's certainly one of the fastest unboxings that I've ever done. Well, for a start, there's quite a lot to like about this car besides the price, just under $74, ready to run, which is fairly ridiculous to my mind for a car looking that good. So what do we get for our $74? Besides this 118 scale, shaft-driven, four-wheel drive, drift car, our transmitter, more on that in a second, instruction manual, which I'm going to need to fit these two LED light strips that the car comes with, USB charger for the battery that I guess is contained in that car, and we get 4 spare body clips, as it's already got 4, on it. And the first thing I would say to anybody reviewing this, the body does look far better with the body film taken off of the car, which some people don't seem to have noticed was on there. Why does it look like the HPI Hoonicorn car? Swifter at the front, Swifter on here. All of these normally say Hoonigan on here. Got the green Monster Energy replica slashers on there. But so whilst it's not a fully licensed replica by any means, it's a fairly darn good clone on there. Drift tyres fitted all round, nice smooth plastic chassis plate. Guess it's time to have a look at what this battery charger charges up. Find out how to fit those lights, basic on off switch, 2 AA batteries in the bottom to get going, steering trim on the side there, 2 speeds, slow and normal on there, not even going to bother with slow speed, let's click that on normal, and reversible steering on there, should you be left-handed or right-handed on there. Anyway, let's take a closer look up at the car and figure out how to fit these LED lights. Well, as non-licensed Hoonicorn replicas go, it's pretty darn good. Is it better than a $660 RC car? Quite possibly not, but then that is not where this is coming from. This is going to be an ideal car for shelter in place, and more to the point, if you don't have a $600 budget, this is an ideal one for you. Anyway, let's see what's under the skin, which is a 7.4 volt lithium ion 650 milliamp battery, Dean's connectors all round. But from the outset, I would say this isn't your usual Far Eastern cheap car. Reason for that, Richie? Shaft driven, 4-wheel drive, rear diff, front diff on there. And it's obviously a drifter given these tyres. But just check out the adjustability on the car. We've got adjustable turnbuckles at the front and at the rear, so you can adjust the camber on the car, but you can also adjust the steering so you can get toe in and toe out adjusted on there, which makes it ideal if you're big into drifting. 5-wire servo, not always good if you want to do an upgrade. Combined ESC receiver with 4 lighting ports, so I guess we're going to know where those plug into, but where they stick onto. Now I'm guessing at this price point we've just got friction dampers rather than oil-filled dampers, but I have a feeling this thing is going to be an absolute blast to drive. Quite a bit of attention to detail. Looks a nice 180 can motor on there. Quote a speed of 36 kilometers an hour as a top speed on there, but this thing is not about top speed. It's going to be all about drifting. So let's get that battery charged up and see just how well it does that. Now, I'm not a bad weight estimator of cars. I'm thinking this thing probably weighs about half a pound, which would mean that battery should be good for around about, I'm thinking 20, maybe possibly even 25 minutes of runtime, but I'll put that to the test. But overall, moving down the chassis, this actually looks an awful lot of car for $74. Nice foam impact bumper at the front, should you need it. Battery in, ready one. Awesome lighting kit powered up, all round. Body on, and note the nice decent body clips, the pull tabs. Now it says on the box this car comes with the gyro, and we're seeing absolutely no sign of it there, but pretty much like the SG racing cars, you need to give it a little bit of throttle. You don't have to give it full throttle like the SG cars. Some throttle on there, move it, and you see now as I'm turning it with my hand and not anything on a controller, see those front wheels and what's the point underneath there. Count the steering as the back end of the car is in effect flicking out, see the front wheels working. So in the cool light of day, I would highlight the gyro on this thing is considerably better than the SG1601 cars, which are nearly double the money. And I would say you don't have to have the lights on all the time if you want. Simple press of the ESC button inside, everything still works, but you've not got the lights on there. A few different. No, with a lot of RC cars, you reach underneath the body, you press one button, you turn it off. So you might reach underneath, you press the button, the car's gone off. And no, it's not. The steering's still working on this, so is the throttle on there. That is because this has got two buttons, one for the light, one off for the on-off switch. So you need to make sure you press the right one, because otherwise the lights are going to discharge that lithium battery, which is not going to end well in your garage. So let's go test my new car out. Not that one, obviously. So, steering working. Check everything's going all right here. It doesn't look bad at all. A minute. Anyway, I think we need a bit of power. Oh man. You are going to be able to drift this thing like Ken Block himself in absolutely no time at all. I can tell you, straight out of the box, this thing is going to be an absolute blast no matter how much space you have to play in. I've had quite a few little drift cars in over a period of time. This is quite a bit better, straight out of the box, than the SG car, Ranger cars, the SG1601, 1602, etc. on there. Probably not going to be as high a speed as they go, but in terms of handling, oh, you're going to be like a drift god actually with this in this and those lights. Now it's got a gyro on there helping you, but you're going to feel like a drift god in absolutely no time at all. This is a fairly confined space to work in the garage here, particularly that big yellow thing in the way there. All of that is quite nice to drift, I have to say. Oh man. Just shows how much fun you can have at slow speed in the tiniest of spaces. I think in a big parking lot, this thing would have been an absolute blast to drive. They say claiming 36 kilometers an hour. This is not what this car is about at all. It's about that low speed, drifting fun, those lurid power slides, and this thing straight out of the box, ticking a lot of boxes. 650 milliamp battery. I have a feeling you could be drifting here for like 25 minutes, half an hour on there. Easy to catch even if you get it wrong. But if you wanted some nice control slides, it's more than happy to oblige. And it takes you a bang or two as well. But those lights, I have to say, make it come alive. Would be great fun at night. Speaking of which, got it down a touch on the garage lighting, and let's see. Oh yeah, this would be good around a drift track, this car, I have to say. The gyro on it, very good, very beginner friendly. Making it very easy to catch and hold some lurid power slides on there. Very much in the spirit of Ken Block, even if not on officially licensed replica. Stepping it up a bit on the speed. Still. Oh man. If you wanted a first time drift car for well under $100, I have to say, I think you're looking at it. I've got the full range of SG racing cars, and this thing, I have to say, outhandles them all. Ideal if you're still under fairly heavy COVID restrictions at the minute. I know they're easing, but even when they're easing, I think you take this thing round their mates and drift it, two of these or three of these or even four of these drifting around the track together would be absolutely epic fun. I have to say, I didn't think I was going to be impressed by this, but this is definitely getting the Drifter Maniacs thumbs up. For like $77, under $77, this thing is absolutely outstanding value. Now, I've tested quite a few of these small cars before, with these like 650, 750 milliamp 2S batteries on it. I can quite believe you're going to be getting 20,
possibly 30 minutes of fun out of this car, which makes it absolutely excellent value for money. And I'm sure the spare batteries are as cheap as chips. Full throttle, hard right, full throttle, hard left. You can just, literally, this thing is, Ken Block would be loving this. Ken Block would be, Ken, go and give your name to a licensed copy of this. Because it's just a hoot. I would say this probably drifts better than the 110 HPI racing version does. It is literally that good, that beginner friendly. If you're used to drifting in any way, shape or form, you're going to be like a drifting god with this thing. Obviously, large yellow car accepted, but got to be careful of that one anyway. That was under like full throttle. Okay, build him up on there. Oh. But even at full throttle on there. Well, I always wonder when filming these videos, are people going to be interested in just seeing end of footage of me drifting these cars? Normally, I would say not necessarily, but on this occasion, I would definitely say yes, because this thing is an absolute drift god. If you want to spend like less than $80 on the ideal car, what I'd say for shelter in place, or at the minute if you're under heavy coverage restrictions, or even if you've just got a small space to run to drift in, then I would think this thing ticks so many boxes, it is untrue. That full throttle drifting on there, very, very easy to catch indeed. Literally, Ken Block himself would be quite happy putting his name if this was a fully licensed replica, which I will point out it's not, but in terms of handling, this thing is just up there with the absolute best of them. Better gyro on this than on the SG1601, 1602, 1603, etc, etc. This thing, if you want to be drifting for well under $100, you've just found the right car, because Richie certainly has. And those lights, just setting this thing absolutely alive. But you can just drive the thing literally like a honey gun on full throttle, and wow, it can take a knock. But you're not going to hit a lot because it handles extremely well indeed. That gyro, the balance on it, bear in mind it's not adjustable gyro, balance on it is absolutely second to none. I've driven cars with adjustable gyros that cost like 4 times, 5 times this, that do not drift as well as this thing does. It is absolutely outstanding. I'm sorry, I'll rave on about a car when it is good. When a car's bad, I'm sorry, when a car's bad, I'll tell you. When a car's good, I will absolutely rave on about it. And this thing is ticking so many boxes, it is untrue. I'm recording this on Father's Day, not having a great day. I've been awake for 48 hours due to circumstances which will become apparent in the next few weeks. But that's Richie's big moving story. Oh, did I say moving? If I had a bigger garage, I could fit 1 or 2 more cars in. Oh, there's an idea. But on that note, I've got a few surprises coming over the next couple of weeks.
But if you like what you've seen today, and I hope you do, then there's a link to this car below the video. Bargain to my mind.